Hey everyone, few Facebook Live videos today, but I'm down in Christchurch at the moment doing a fantastic week on Love Food Hate Waste at the council, teaching people about food waste and reducing food waste and all that sort of stuff. So I got invited to come to this amazing place called 0800 Hungry, and these guys provide food parcels to people all over Christchurch, and I tell you what, coming in here and seeing the sheer amount of food that gets thrown away by supermarkets blows my mind. And I'm going to take you guys through for a little walk to which I think will blow your minds as well, on the sheer amount of food waste that just gets absolutely dumped. And if companies like these guys weren't here, who are actually recovering it, and so these guys have recovered over $33 million worth of food and giving it to people who are in need in their 14 years that they've been around. If these guys weren't here, then all of this food that I'm about to show you would have gone straight to landfill. And I think that this is something that we seriously need to consider as a society, as to especially use by dates, best before dates, because a lot of this food, which we've had a look at, is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but because it has a date on it or it's mislabelled, people the supermarkets just throw it away. So I warn you now, this is actually quite upsetting, and I have, even though I'm smiling because I'm excited that these guys are doing amazing things and seeing that it's being done, I actually feel inside a little bit crushed, because it's actually really quite upsetting that this is going on and you don't even know it. So because this is my Love Food Hate Waste week, or second week of it, here we go. Let me show you how much we waste, and this is just in one place in Christchurch. So I'm going to turn my video around. So here we're standing inside the area where they've got pre-packaged food parcels all ready to go out, and let's just go and have a wee look. So they pack them into different sizes for different size families, and there's all sorts of things like chips, there's cans, they're actually quite cool parcels, and all of the food. So that one there expired on the 28th of May 2016. There's nothing wrong with them. Tonic water, I mean, that one there, how does it even expire? The best before the 2nd of the 12th 2016. So obviously that's just been in a pallet that's been broken. Toilet paper, you know, seriously, tissues. So all of this has just been thrown away, well, not thrown away, but donated to these guys, but a lot of it still ends up getting thrown away. Potatoes, like seriously, look at the amount of potatoes. There's that many potatoes, and again, there's nothing wrong with the potatoes, but the date is the 20th of June 2016. I have such issues with best before dates, seriously. So here we've got the medium-sized boxes. So we've got all the boxes. So a medium-sized family gets a box like that. We've also, here they stack all the fruit and veggies up. So they've got bags of bananas. They're asking people to take bags of bananas because they've got tons of bananas to give away. In this area here, they stack their fruit in bags. So they've used all the stuff for today. But we come along here, and we've got frozen goods in these bags. So there's all sorts of, so they'll get a little bag like this as well. So there's all sorts of goodies in here, like frozen, they freeze the milk as it comes in, there's pies. So if we look, so they go through and they collect one of the bins of food, then they get potatoes, fruit, vegetables, big bag of vegetables, they get a bag of frozen goods. Down here we've got bread. So there's bread, chippies. They also recover any, like that's bird seed, dog food, cat litter. Now this is the bit that you're going to get a little bit upset about, because as I go through here you're going to see exactly the sort of stuff that's thrown away. So here we've got cans that just have no labels, so there's like spaghetti. I mean, in years gone by our parents just used it, played a little bit of you know, exciting don't know what's in that can, but we'll just find out what it is and then eat it. But no, now they get thrown away. So there's cans. There's just a crate full of Pepsi. Like seriously. Going down. This is one row of many that I'm going to take you down. So I'm just not even going to tell you, I'm just going to try and show you. So we have cereal. There's all boxes and boxes of cereal up the top there. We've got down here, we've got cleaning products. It's a little bit dark down in this corner, but you can see. We're going to go back this way. Got all this stuff underneath, all stacked underneath. Heading round, we have a whole bunch of cans that have come in. Look at that, and because they've got a dent on them, they won't sell them. Do you know this to me is actually a society problem, because we look at that can and go, oh, I won't buy it, I'll buy the perfect one instead. We've got Pepsi all here, so all getting given away. We've got all these different, like water. Like, how does water go off? Look at the product. I mean, I can't believe these products that are being thrown away. It's just like, oh my goodness, it's so awful seeing all this. You know, nuts, like bags and bags, boxes of nuts. Going around, you can see behind me the rows, can't you? You can see the rows as I'm walking through. All of here, chocolate bars. We've got spices, oven bags. I mean, seriously, how can oven bags go off? Honestly. And we got all of these different little blends. They've got a whole gluten-free section, dry pastas that have passed their best before date. We've got all these different canned goods, oils, capers. Like, just blows your mind. Look at the cans of beetroot. Like, look at that. And just thrown away because we won't buy them because they don't have a label on them. And then going into the next row, we've got chippies. Look, just so that you get an idea, look at the stack of food. Like, how many rows of this? It's like a supermarket. We got chippies, and more chippies, and more chippies, and more chippies. And then we've got crackers, and more crackers, and more crackers, and then biscuits. And look, underneath the shelves, more and more biscuits. Look, honestly, blows my mind. Going down these aisles. Now this here, this is what absolutely scared me. Look at the pallets of stuff that they've still got to work through. Unbelievable. Nappies, like boxes of nappies, more pallets, like handy towels, toilet paper. This is how it comes in often from the supermarkets. This is all your damaged goods, so they come in, or one-offs, and they come in boxes like this. So all the stuff that you won't buy because it's got a little thing on the box, because we wouldn't want to buy that because it's not perfect. Like, just anything, just tiny little things. Another can, because it's got dents in it, we won't buy it. Going through, so you can see there's another. Look, I can't even get to the end of that row of pallets. There's more, and a lot of it's chippies, because we're so obsessed with the best before dates. And wait, there's more. So down here, more stuff, more. Like, it's a little bit dark down this end, but there's pallets and pallets and pallets. But wait, I'm going to take you out to the back, and this here was really fascinating. Whoops, I nearly missed the door. Here we go. So walking down the pallets and pallets and pallets and pallets and pallets of food, and we will go in here. Oh, there's no light, hopefully you'll be able to see. So in here they've got vegetables. So this is all vegetables. So we've got mushrooms, we've got lettuces, we've got all these little ones of tomatoes, we've got leeks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that leek. That is perfectly good leek. We've got eggplants. All of this gets packed up into all of the parcels. All the chillers that you can see here are all full of fresh food. We've just got taken through the chillers to see the bananas and things. This is bread. So, like, tons and tons of boxes of bread. Carrots. Now, just because the carrots are too small or too big, they come here, or if they've got a bend in them. That pallet there is full of onions. Those two pallets behind them are full of potatoes. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a couple of these potatoes. Let's have a look. Wow, 2 potatoes. There's nothing wrong with them. They got a little bit on the end, but I mean, I know I always just flick them off and use them. Then they recycle their food waste over here. It goes to pigs. Those boxes are all recycled. And then just walking around out here, I want to show you something. If I can find them where I put them down. So here we go. Now this, actually made me feel sick. So these are mushrooms that have been thrown away. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute, because when I looked at them, there is literally not a thing wrong with any of them. They've been dumped. 4 kilos. Now they've got a pallet of those in the chiller just hanging out there. So they run, they've got all their little cars and things that so these guys actually take the food out to people. Here we got dog roll.
2 pallets.
2 pallets of dog roll. 2 of them. Just like, because what's the date? The 29th of the 6th, 2016. So your dog will be unhappy with that and complain if you serve them dog roll that's gone past its expiry date. So they've got these vans. This truck collects tons of food every single day that they repurpose and give to people. They don't obviously sell anything. They're always trying to look for funding, because they have this amazing thing. You've got all the trucks over here as well that take all these parcels out. They do about 250 parcels to families every week, no questions asked, which I think is amazing. So if people are on the breadline, which I mean obviously nowadays there's a lot of people who are in that situation, these guys are actually out there recovering food and giving it to the people that need it before it gets thrown in the landfill. So I think I think that as a society we actually need to start thinking about what we accept and don't accept, and we start, as I've talked about in the workshops in the last couple of weeks, we need to start buying the ugly fruit. Like, you know, the only reason that there's perfect fruit in the supermarket now is because we won't buy the ugly stuff, so therefore you don't get funny sized fruit, because we all want the exact right size fruit. And I think that this businesses like this are making a huge difference. And for me, I just went through and I was just so mind-blowing by the whole situation. And even just standing out here, if I turn this around, you can see standing on the outside the size of the operation, and as I just took you, there's about 5 loads of those pallets, the sort of storage tanks. I think that with having groups around like this, and they've got all sorts of people who come in and volunteer to pack things up, and they repurpose as much as they can, I think that this is something that as a society we really do need to consider to be important. And especially after seeing the Just Eat It movie last week, this certainly hits home for me that in New Zealand we have some serious issues that we need to deal with as far as food waste goes, and just making sure you buy the can with a dent, because if we don't buy them, then they get thrown away or hopefully go to a food bank. But if we don't have people like these guys out recovering food for us, like they have, $33 million in 14 years, and then repurposing it and giving it out to people who actually need it, then we are just dumping it in the landfill, and completely good food, like all the canned goods that just have a dent. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there because my battery's just about to die. But I'll be back on tonight. I've got a couple more live sessions, doing them on stuff that I've brought down with me. But I'll just see if there's any questions on here. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It does. It makes you angry, but also makes you feel really happy that there's something actually happening as well. That's really important. Kimberley, this is in Christchurch. I was saying, they donate the food packages to families in need. Absolutely, no questions asked. Do they have places other than Christchurch? No, at this point I think it's just in Christchurch, but it would be great to see other places set themselves up around the country. And And yeah, it's good to see it's getting donated, but I still think that the reason that it needs to be donated is because we don't buy it, and therefore they don't have a use for it. So I think it's a little bit like the potatoes, and as I said to the lady when she was taking me through, what annoys me is that at Christmas time, those little packs or little boxes of potato are about $10 at Christmas time, yet they will throw away 2 pallets of them instead of bring the price down. Because if they can just afford to just throw them away without getting any money for them, surely with that much, and that's just like this area, surely if there's an overproduction problem, then they could charge less, and people, it would actually make the vegetables more affordable. But I question whether or not, because the vegetables are so expensive, we can't afford to buy them, but they're expensive because they throw so much away, so they have to make more margin on the on less sales of food. So this is a campaign that's 3 years, and I'm totally into this. Just absolutely loving sinking my teeth into this and showing people what it's all about. So this video will stay up, so it'll process and it'll be here, so if you do want to watch it and see it from the start, you'll be able to do so. But thank you for joining me, you guys, and I'll be back on later tonight once I've had dinner and stuff to do another video on other stuff. But I will just go and catch up with these guys and congratulate them once again for being such an amazing group of people. So we'll catch you later on. See ya.